We just can't get close enough into the hairpin. We can't get close enough for the corner before. So we're kind of just having to settle here, manage our tyres just a little bit, and hope that they can last for a few more laps before we make that pit stop onto the medium tyres. As we've got, we've hit the apex too much. We've crashed out in Monaco. We have crashed out in Monaco. I mean, many drivers have probably said that in the past. I don't know what that was. I think it was just a lapse in concentration. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back on the My Team grind. And as you saw from the previous episode, the little bit at the start of this video, we did crash out in Monaco. So we're looking for a bit of a redemption here in Spain, trying to get ourselves back into the points after our first points finish in Imola. And we want to continue moving upwards in the constructors standings and also the drivers standings. You know, it would be nice to finish inside the top 10 in the drivers standings and potentially get I think a P7 is on the card. A P6, as you can see here in the constructors standings, is on the cards, I would say, because Alpine, they're not really getting the consistent point finishes that they need. They only have 11 points, only 5 points ahead of us. So all that is really is a P7, and we're ahead of them in the championship. So we just need to keep working on this car, keep developing, and with the right strategy, we can certainly get the points. I mean, we haven't been having much help from our teammate Jack Doohan, who's always been at the back. I mean, I don't think he's had a finish higher than P17 yet this season. So maybe if he could get on his A game, that would be very nice indeed. If you did see the last episode as well, you will know that the AI difficulty, we had to up it a ton for Monaco. So I've actually gone for a 110 AI difficulty here in Spain. I've put it to the highest setting possible, and that is why we are 2.5 tenths behind our teammate. But I feel like with enough practice, 110 is fine. I think that's perfect, especially around this track at least. I don't know how it will be in Austria the next time out, but in Spain, 110 seems to be about my level, as we are 2.5 tenths behind our teammate. I don't think we've been out qualified yet by our teammate this season, so this will be a little disappointing if he can outdo us, but we do have another run to rectify it and set it right. As through turns 1 and 2, look at that, 2.5 tenths already. There's the 2.5 tenths we've lost to our teammate. We've found it in the first couple of corners here in Spain. A track that is fun to drive. I like it. It's definitely a lot better now at the end of the track than it originally was with that chicane. It's a lot nicer to drive, and I do like Spain, as we do seem to be somewhat quick, finding half a second. So we are zooming. The track is definitely ramped up. Other cars are going to be finding plenty of time as well, because half a second, that puts us on the cusp of Q2. You can see Sargent up ahead just set a new lap time. We're going to see what a difference is with him. We're about a tenth, just over a tenth quicker than Sargent, as Jack Doohan finishes his lap as well. I think we're 300ths up on him, so it's a better lap time. It is improving, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for Q2. I'm not sure if it's even going to be enough to outdo our teammate and put ourselves up into P19. I tell you what, it doesn't feel like it's going to be the best lap ever. We got off the back row, but it's only going to be P20 in Spain. That's disappointing, and honestly a little bit surprising that our teammate has outdone us. He's only done us by 2/100ths, and that was in the final sector. I don't think there was too much in it, to be fair. There was no way we were getting Q2, but to be out qualified by our teammate is a little bit disappointing. Same with Sonoda and Albon. So yeah, we need to work on our car. We need to get back on it, and hopefully we get the strategy right for the race, and we can find our way into the points.
Welcome along, everyone, to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Joe, Ocon, Gasly, Tsunoda, Albon, Doohan, the rookie, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And a warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the rookie. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
So lining up on row 10 next to our teammate. I mean, row 10 is not the back of the grid anymore. Row 11 is. So at least we're not at the very, very back. But we are lining up alongside our teammate and going to try and work our way forward. We have decided to go onto the medium tyres. I mean, we could start on the softs, try and make up as many positions as possible, but I feel like maybe starting on the mediums could be a little better. Go a little longer, maybe hope for a safety car, red flag or something, and then attack on those softs at the end of the Grand Prix. And we've gone totally different to everybody else on the grid. I mean, the top 10 are all on hards except for Kevin Magnussen, and then everybody else after that is all on softs except for us. So different to the rest of the grid, which is, I guess, good, maybe? I mean, if we've got the strategy right, we're going to be propelling our way up the grid. And the reason why the top 10 have gone different to everybody else is because they've used an extra set of softs, so I don't think they have any fresh softs available, whereas everybody else below does. So, but I think going on the mediums is the better strategy, because we could take those long and then use the softs towards the end. And when you started down in P20, you almost have to kind of gamble and hope for something to go your way. So we're kind of gambling on a late safety car potentially helping us, and then we could be on that soft tyre, which will certainly give us that extra bit of traction over everybody else. But we are ready to get underway for the Grand Prix here in Spain, and we are underway after the lights go out. And it's a decent start on the medium tyres. It's a very good start. It's a lot better than decent, as down the inside we got an Albon, now down the inside on Gasly as well. We got the Alfa Romeo up the head. We're gonna send it down there. Did we send it? Yes, we sent it, says Carlos Sainz, and we are zooming up into P15. That's a dream start for us, an absolute dream start to find ourselves in P15 from P20 after starting on the medium tyres, as we've got Lance Stroll, the Aston Martin, up ahead. We thought about potentially going for a move. This time we are going to go for a move down the inside. The AI just refused to go side by side, so we will take that. Thank you very much. I wish the AI would be a bit more racy in that sense, a bit more smart, where they would go side by side up ahead into the corners just to defend from the cars behind, to make it a little bit more difficult for us, instead of making it so easy where they're just going single file and we can just send it down the inside of 1, 2, maybe even 3 cars, depending on the corner. So that'll be something good to see, but I think it is very hard at the same time to make the AI as realistic as possible. But anyway, we'll take it. We're up in a P14 and we're making moves on the opening laps. We've got these tyres really set alight here. These medium tyres are working well for us as we've gone for a move on Esteban Ocon. Remember, the Alpines we are battling in the constructors, they're not too far away from us just yet. So getting this move on Esteban Ocon would be very nice indeed. See you later, Esteban. Up into P13. We've got the Alfa Romeo of Bottas ahead. Then we've got Hulkenberg. I think we have Magnussen ahead of him. Points is certainly on the cards, especially as everybody's on the softs. You got Bottas on the hards up ahead, so we'll be expecting to get past him as soon as possible. We look for a little bit of a move there, but we back out of it and think more for the straight, as the straight is pretty much the only place to get the move done. It was the only conventional place, I guess, unless you go for a move quite special. You have to do it somewhere else, wouldn't you? As we are very close to the back of Valtteri Bottas. It's going to be a pretty simple overtake down the straight. He thinks about going defensive, but we're going to go down the inside anyway, mate. See you later. Up into P12. We're zooming. The 2 Hasses up ahead. And this is an unbelievable start here in Spain. And you see what I mean with those last 2 corners. It's an update on this game, and it is so much nicer. I'm not gonna lie. You don't have to worry about going too deep into the chicane. I just hated driving it. It was just awful to drive. This one, it's flat out in the first, and then the second one, you have to take a little bit of a lift. But no, it is very nice indeed. Makes the track quicker as well. Makes it more fun to drive. As we go very deep there, and we've actually lost the car. So look at that. We've had to run wide. Thankfully, we didn't get a warning or a penalty. But it's a mistake from us, which has allowed OCON to creep on through. No, thank you, mate. We're going to dive down the inside, try and take that position back from the Alpine. He's holding it on through, and Esteban Ocon is going to hold on to the position for now. So a mistake from us has dropped us down a place and allowed the Alpine to get back ahead of us. I mean, that's a little frustrating, but I guess it's not the end of the world because we are on the mediums, he's on the softs. Our tyres will come to us over him very shortly as we've got DRS. Ocon actually doesn't this lap, so we are going to look for a move now on the Alpine. Get back at him, try and take our P12 back as we've gone wide again. We got hit, I believe, by Ocon this time. The Alpine giving us problems, and maybe we've found a new rival in this career mode. Esteban Ocon getting his elbows out as we come on down to turn 1. Let's see what he does. He locks up big time, hits our rear right tyre, forces us wide, and we're going to take that place because that's our place. He's hit us. So we say thank you very much, up in a P12. Only frustrating part is we've lost out to the cars up ahead. The two Haas cars have got a gap. They've got that 2.5 to 3 second gap on us, and now we're going to be vulnerable to the cars behind when they've got that DRS down the straight. So, not ideal for us to be battling there, Ocon. You know, we could have been a bit more smarter about it, but I guess not. Anyway, we've got the first pit stoppers coming in on lap 10, lap 11, and we're up with a P11. It's nice to be up here for a little bit, but yeah, so you've got the first pit stoppers coming in. We've just got to take these mediums as long as possible, I believe. I think maybe lap 16, if we can take them there, and just get on the softs at the end and really use our pace. Hope for a virtual safety car, red flag, something, because I'm not sure it's going to be too easy to get points otherwise, because we did lose that gap to the Haas cars up ahead. They're only 3-4 seconds up the road, but this car that we're driving is certainly not a rocket ship, and we kind of need outside influence to help us, because on merit, on pace, I really don't think we have it in this car, as Jack Doohan is showing as he's all the way at the back as there's a spin. It's Ocon, I didn't even see it. Ocon has spun around. Bottas slammed on his brakes. We've broken our front wing. Thank God a safety car has come out because our wing's broke. We have to come into pits and fix that. What has actually happened here with Esteban Ocon? Oh, he's just done the standard spin. Brilliant. He's hit full throttle. You can see my wing come flying off. And we've got to get a wing change. I mean, I couldn't really brake in time. I didn't know what had happened. Bottas slams on his brakes when I don't think he really needed to. And we've lost our wing because of it. All that hard work that we did at the start of the race. See you later as we drop behind the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda as well. We're down into P9. This is tragic. This is tragic. After a tremendous start, a tremendous race, we find ourselves down into P19. I'll tell you what, here's a free position though. Guan Yu Zhou, his engine's blown up. Sorry, mate. But see you later. We're up at a P18. There you go. There's one less position we have to make up. But anyway, we've got about 7-8 laps when the safety car comes in to make up or 9 laps to make up as many positions as possible on these soft tyres as George Russell gets us back underway here in Spain. Our teammate is ahead of us on a set of hard tyres, so we should be able to dispatch him pretty quickly. But we've got Sargent on the back, potentially looking at a move. Had to worry about that just a little bit. They had tremendous... The AI have great straight line speed. I think... I don't know if it's just this career, if it's the My Team car, but the AI seem to have really good straight line speed. I know it was a problem last year's game at the start as well. It's a little bit frustrating because you can't do anything when they're so fast down the straight. As now we look for a move down the inside of our teammate. That's easy. That's simple. He's on the hard tyres. The moves up ahead might be a little bit more difficult though, as we get to these cars on the mediums, and we kind of got to get him done as soon as possible. Once we hit around lap 20, 21, 22, our tyres are going to be melting a little bit, and the mediums are going to be the tyres to be on. So we've got to get the moves done as soon as possible. Try and get ourselves up in a P10 by lap 20, which I don't know if that's going to be possible in this car, because we can maybe get an overtake a lap, but with this massive DRS train, it's going to be so hard to have that speed down the straight. As we come around the final corner, you're going to see right now, we're going to dump all of that ERS just to try and get close enough to the AlphaTauri up ahead, who's gone very defensive. We're going to go for a move round the outside, late on the brakes, with the extra traction on these soft tyres. Thankfully, Sonoda doesn't do what Ocon does and locks up and hits us, and we get around the outside. We're up into P16. There's 2 overtakes done in 1 lap. Now we've just got to keep doing it, as we're going to go down the inside of Alex Albon. That's pretty straightforward. We seem to be getting just about close enough in that final sector to the cars up ahead where we can get that overtake done down the straight. As you're going to see on Gasly here, we're right there, almost pushing him. I think we do actually touch him just a little bit around that last corner, showing that we have that pace in that final sector to get close enough and get that overtake done down the straight, which is so important. We need to make at least 4 more overtakes if we want to find ourselves into the points. And next up is the Haas of Hulkenberg. You got Stroll on the hards up ahead. This is about the point when the softs are starting to melt. As look at that dive down the inside of Nico Hulkenberg. That is a beautiful, beautiful move. Although we have lost a bit of pace to the cars out in front, and I think is it a McLaren? It is a McLaren of Oscar Piastri leading this train. It's Piastri, Magnussen, Bottas, and Stroll. If they start dueling, if they start battling, we could certainly get involved in that and find ourselves P10, potentially a P9 if they really do battle, as we find ourselves back in that DRS of Lance Stroll. But we've got lag. Our game's crashed. I don't know what's going on. Our game is frozen here in Spain on lap 19. We're taking a trip. What is going on? We've got a wheel on the gravel. We're having a nightmare. The PC's just gone nah. We're ending it. Okay, so the PC is just frozen. It looks like the race is going to be... I don't know what's going on. Oh, there you go. There you go. Into the wall. It was looking like a potential points finish, and we've had a malfunction with the PC. I mean, I guess we could blame it on the car. We could say the car's had a malfunction, but that's another DNF. That's going to be the second DNF in a row. I'm not finishing the rest of this race. We might as well retire. And I'll tell you what, it's very difficult even to get this done. It's lagging like crazy, which is very frustrating. We're going to have a look at what it was on the replay. It just looks like we've just passed out or something, and the car's just gone straight, and we've woken up and we've gone, oh crap, we're in the wall. So that's our day done right there. Our day, how anticlimactic is that? Our PC has just ruined any potential battle, any potential fight we could have had for the points, and points was on the cards there. That is very, very frustrating indeed, as George Russell takes the victory, and it's a Mercedes 1-2. Look at that for Mercedes. A fantastic day for them. But it's frustrating. It is so frustrating that my PC has crashed, and you might be asking, all right, why don't you just quit and restart again? I'll give you a hint. This is my 4th time doing it, because it had crashed like that at the end of the race multiple times. So that wasn't the first time. The first 3 times I got points in all 3 of those races. So I was like, I'll do it one more time. If it crashes again, we're going to end it like that. And that's exactly what we had to do. We had to end it like that. And it's a disappointing day for us. And obviously Jack Doohan couldn't do anything to help. He needs to start picking up his performances. It'll be nice to see him at least get on the outskirts of the points. But that is all she wrote. And that's 2 DNFs in a row. We will be in Austria next time out. And it will be our first sprint race of the season. That's exciting. We can finally get a sprint race going in this career mode. If you are enjoying this My Team career mode and you want to see F1 Manager 2023 content next week, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, because I can promise you it is coming. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.